Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gambling Savant. Well, today we've got a little Bitcarra action. We're going to keep you in the mix on the latest developments with Bitcarra and everything that's going on with the site. They've done a couple updates lately, and I'm just going to keep on going down the trail with the latest information, show you some new gameplay, some strategy of sorts, and some new observations. Actually, one that C Labs, one of the individuals that has been following the Bitcarra action very closely, picked up on. It was a major eye-opener, actually, to new strategy on Bitcarra. Hey, Pay Me an XRP, how you doing? It's good to see you back in the action. I like seeing the dice and the cash, the wads of cash, man. That's why we're here. So I also want to bring awareness to a live stream actually tomorrow, which you may or may not know about, with Boone Rings, Tyler Boone. And we're going to go through lots of information on how he's doing in the world of crypto, his business, and his relationships and partnerships that he's developed. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Really fun live stream related to primarily Casino Coin and BooneRings.com. So Pay Me an XRP. Can you hear me loud and clear? And also, can you see the Bitcarra website here? Is everything looking okay to you? And we'll jump into some action here momentarily. He says all good. Great. All right. So I do want to bring something else to your attention. It's not to be braggy or boisterous about the bankroll that I have on here. I do have a fairly large sum of money on Bitcarra. That's all profit. Okay. I am profiting on the site. The reason I bring it to your attention, I don't care what the dollar amount is. It could be $40, $400, $4,000, $40,000. That's not the point. I've played many thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands or millions even actually, of hands of very low stakes poker over the last 19 years roughly. Okay. I will never be too good for $1. I've played very large poker games. I've played very large table games, craps, blackjack, all the rest of it. The dollar amount to me is irrelevant. It's all relative to what you can afford to potentially lose. At the same time, our goal obviously is to win. So we have to be in a very realistic balance of what we're trying to accomplish. Okay. What I can tell you is that with the bankroll that I have on Bitcarra right now, I have a little over $4,400 on Bitcarra. To put this into perspective, I play my initial wager virtually 100% of the time on Bitcarra with $1. Okay. The reason I am able to be successful currently with my strategy on Bitcarra is strictly because of the bankroll size that I have. It allows me to execute my current strategy. Okay. So keep that in mind. I probably don't have to have this sum on there. I could probably get away with $1,000 to $2,000, but you have to be prepared to dig into that bankroll if you want to execute any given strategy. And that's all we can do. If you want to jump onto a site like this and just straight up gamble for the thrill of making bets, that's an option. More power to you. That's not how I gamble. I want to give myself the best edge. If I can gain an edge, we're all for that. If I can't gain an actual edge as far as an edge over the house, I at least want to improve my odds of winning on every bet, not here and there, not on Fridays, not on different days of the week, every time I bet. Okay. That's with sports betting. That's with poker. That's with investing in cryptocurrency. So I hope you see where I'm coming from here. I'm a student of the world of gambling in all fashions, and I actually enjoy the process of learning and executing. Okay. So I just wanted to get that out there. Pay me an XRP. Hey, man, I have some live streams put out there for poker. It is a format of poker that's not the easiest to learn right off the bat, but I'll do a video in the next week or two, an intro into No Limit Hold'em, which is kind of like the Cadillac of all variations of poker. It's the most prestigious. It's the one that most people know how to play that do play poker. And I'll give you like a little tutorial. We can get some hands in, kind of see the game flow, and some very basic strategy. What hands are strong, which ones to throw away, and it might get you started. I play on globalpoker.com. You can play for free with their sweeps tokens. It is free play. I'm not an affiliate of Global Poker or anything like that, but I can certainly get you lined up with kind of some of the thought process and how to get in. Poker is an incredible game. It keeps your mind sharp. There's a lot of psychology and body language, at least in live play. Online, there's still tells that you can pick up on as to how strong or weak someone's hand is, and kind of how to work your way through any given round of betting. Okay. I'll certainly do that. And I think if you can find some value in it, even if it's just you, I do this because I have a passion for all of this, but also I've been in most, if not all, situations that any gambler has been in. So I have a lot of experience. Like I said, I've wagered very small figures and also very, very large figures in my 19 years of playing poker and gambling. So I've seen a lot of it. And I think I can bring some value to the channel and to individuals like yourself. So Fresh Fish, excellent info. Thank you. That's what this is all about. Is there supposed to be some level of entertainment for my channel? Of course, but it's primarily educational. Lots of insight and just basic information to have something for us to chew on. And then conversation brings conversation, right? You start to question things. You have a group of people that are interested or like-minded in the same type of format of betting or investing. And then you kind of start to just segue down these different trails, which is very healthy. Okay. And so that's what my channel is all about. That's what I'm all about. If it's sports and I'm teaching my kids how to play soccer or throw a baseball or switch hit or this, that, the other, same concept, same principles go along with that as well. So it's kind of just like life teaching. I'm learning all the time from other people. I'm learning a lot from individuals who follow the channel, like yourselves. I'm a sponge. I'm never going to take the position of knowing everything. I truly want to take in as much information as I can to excel in any area of life. So thank you everybody for being here. And Lester, what do you got to say here? He says, I don't even know how to play poker either, brother. You're not the only one. Yeah. So you know what? That's perfect. We've got a couple people already that could benefit from a introductory to No Limit Hold'em. No Limit Texas Hold'em is the game of choice that we will go through. If you go into any poker room at any casino or card house or card club in the country, there's always going to be a No Limit Texas Hold'em game running, period. 100% of the time. Okay. That is the game of choice for many, many people. So we'll get into that. I look forward to it. I love the game of poker. It's the one hobby of mine or passion that has truly never gotten old. I have literally played many millions of hands. I'm not exaggerating. Millions and millions of hands of poker in the last 19 years. And every day that I play feels like the first. And I truly mean that. I love the game of poker. And I think my passion for it and my desire to learn more and to teach will come out in my video. And I think you can learn a lot from it, at least to get you started. Okay. So I look forward to doing that. And thanks for showing some interest. So here we are, Bitcarra, once again. Keep in mind, I would be putting these videos out regardless as to whether or not I had a partnership with them. We have a great relationship going. I'm becoming part of the team in a sense of having the desire to see Bitcarra be successful with registrations, with the technology, with Casino Coin possibly being a partner of theirs in the future, with just the whole idea behind gaming, behind the new technology, behind cryptocurrency, and the people, the team of Casino Coin, the team of Bitcarra, both have very talented, very respected people and lots of professionals. Okay. So it's been a great experience for me. This is exactly one of the trails I wanted to go down with starting this channel and these relationships. So it's very valuable to me. I'm doing this because I want to. I'm not doing this because I have to. So keep that in mind. This is genuine. And that's where we're at. Okay. So today's live stream, we're going to buzz through a few key aspects to Bitcarra, which I've just recently found out, which is giving me an even slightly more of an edge, or at least decreasing the house's edge ever so slightly. Okay. And every little bit counts, right? So here we are. We are on the homepage of Bitcarra. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put out the registration link just in case somebody needs the link. And the link I'm putting in the chat can get you all signed up to Bitcarra. It'll give you an extra 500 Carra tokens upon registration. That is free play. You'll be able to exchange those for USDT in the near future. I know Bitcarra did an update of sorts in the last, I think it was yesterday, actually. They did an update, a various array of things that they are looking to constantly bump up the efficiency and the quality of the site. And then there's going to be major updates such as being able to transfer your Carra tokens, the Feeling Lucky free spin here, where you can win Bitcarra, or when you can win Carra tokens, you can win USDT, and you can win Bitcoin. So all of those aspects are in process of being developed and further developed. So things are going very smoothly. And here we are. We're on Dual Crash. Let's get into some gameplay here. So here's what C Labs, many of you, or the handful of you that are in the chat, probably have heard of C Labs. He's in the crypto community, Casino Coin community, and also he's been participating on a lot of these live streams I've been putting out related to Bitcarra. Here on Dual Crash is where I'm playing exclusively. I'm almost never playing single crash, at least right now. That will change in the future when I develop a more sophisticated strategy for single crash. I'm not there yet. I do have a pretty good technique with dual crash, and it's rather simple. It's moderately risky, but you take out the moderate risk with a large bankroll. You wipe away a lot of it anyways, okay? So here's what C Labs brought to my attention. Here's just simply one format of crash gambling. This is the dual crash. So if you were just to click on dual crash, you bring this page up with your blue side and your red side and your trend bar and your betting, your wager box and your choices of which to wager and red, blue, tie, all the rest of it. But here's the kicker. When you come up to these two little arrows next to the D1 letter and number here, That means D for dual. And this is D1, which means the game number 1, of course. We'll click on the right arrow and you have D2, D3, D4, all the way through D12. Okay, this is where things get very juicy. When I'm gambling on Bitcarra, a lot of times I'll have a poker game going on the side online. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for situations exactly like the game that we're on right now. Look at the rounds, starting with this blue bubble right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's been 7 consecutive rounds of dual crash without red winning. So now I'm going to place a $1 wager, which is what I always start with. Simply $1. We're betting red. I'm jumping in on the 8th round of a non-red winner. Okay, and blue wins yet again. So now we are 8 rounds without a red winner. We are down $1. I am bumping up my wager to $3, and we're betting red again. The odds are greatly in our favor to win one of these bets, since we jumped in after 7 consecutive losses of any given color, and we win. Do you see this? We won on the second bet. We wagered $1 on our initial entry. We lost. We more than doubled it to $3, which actually yielded us a larger profit than our initial $1 wager. What the $1 does, waging $1 to start, if you win the $1, great. You're risk-free. You win your first bet of $1, and you start over looking for more opportunity within the 12 games that are available to us. Okay. It also, wagering only $1 also buys you, in a sense, extra rounds of betting for the situations where blue might win 11 times in a row. So you go from $1 and let's say you double to 2 and not 3. My strategy is to go to 3, but let's say you just did the classic martingale. You bet $1, then $2, then $4, then $8, then $16. Well, if you started your betting out even at $2, you wipe away a lot of protection over your bankroll, because things can get ramped up very, very quickly with martingale. You can start off betting $1, and before you know it, without entering at the proper time, you're chasing $1. You're chasing your initial wager, having to place bets of $40 and $80 and $150 and $300 to retain your initial $1 bet. Look at what would have happened if we would have started betting blue, or if we would have started betting red on the first round. So here's the first round of where blue went on an 8-round run. Okay. You bet $1. Now you're at $2. You're at $4. You're at $8. You're at $16. You're at $32. You're at $64. You're at $128. In this most recent example, you would have ended up winning, but if you didn't have the bankroll of several $100s, you would have lost. And you ended up betting $128 just to try to win back your initial $1 wager. That's just starting with $1. That's why it's so important to start with a small dollar amount, which in this case, the lowest that you can bet is $1. I only start with $1. If you were to start with $4, you're betting at the end here, to win your money back, you're betting $5, $6, $7, $800 to win back $4. Do you see what I'm saying? So we entered after on the 7th round of consecutive wins for any given color. In this case, it was blue. So let's look for more opportunity. Like right now, we've had a couple red winners. Now it's blue. We have 2 in a row. We'll keep an eye on D1. Let's move to D2 and see what the history looks like on the trend bar to see if we have any additional opportunity to jump in. And sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you have to wait 5, 10, 15 minutes even. And we're not going to really sit around forever. Like, look at this. Look at this opportunity, okay? There has been 6, 9 rounds in a row as a non-red winner. We are jumping in $1. Don't get greedy and think, well, it's been 9 in a row. I'm going to bet $10. No, sir. No, ma'am. Stick to your $1. Okay. Now watch what happens here. We tie. Okay. So now it's 10 consecutive rounds in a row, and a tie on Bitcarra, you don't lose your wager. So we broke even on that bet. We're still going to bet the $1. We're starting fresh. We're betting red. There's been 10 consecutive rounds in a row as a non-red winner. And just watch. I don't need to explain anything to anybody except for the results. Watch what happens. There's 11 rounds in a row. So we go from $1. I choose to go to $3. Personal choice. You could just go to 2 if you wanted to do the classic martingale. We are jumping in on red again. Look at all the exposure we eliminated from potentially losing 11 rounds in a row. Do you see where this is taking the strategy? There we go. We win. 2 rounds in, we win again. Exactly the same way as the first attempt, okay? So now we are up $4 on 2 attempts of, we only lost the first round each time. Look at the amount of bullets we dodged entering at the proper time, okay? And the fact that there's 12 games to choose from, like we can go check out D4. This is the 4th game. The minimum amount of betting that you have to start with does increase when you go to D5, D6, D7, D8, and then up through D12. So D1 through D4 allow you to start your betting with just $1. And it's all about striking at the right time, your entry point. It's like investing. Do you want to invest in Bitcoin at $60,000? No, I don't. It's all about the opportunity, okay? When there's large retracements, Bitcoin drops to $24,000, you're going to see a lot of people getting involved, okay? And it's not the exact same concept, but the time of which you choose to enter and start wagering your hard-earned money, very important. So let's check out D2. No, I don't like that. D3, no, we've got nothing working there. D4, we've got nothing working there. So it's not a race, it's a marathon. Gambling is a marathon for the wise gamblers anyways. If you go and smack a slot machine for 1.8 million, more power to you, man. That's phenomenal. But for the strategic gambler, the long-term winner, you have to have patience. You have to be very disciplined, have a lot of willpower to stick to a certain betting strategy or your tactics, however you want to phrase that. So this is where we're at. It's like being a sniper. You don't just shoot aimlessly if you're, using a precision firearm or something like that, you pick your spots. You are very calculated. Okay. And we'll keep an eye out. So like right now, there's 2 blues in a row. We're going to keep an eye out for D1 for the first game of Dual Crash. Let's go to D2. We click over on the right arrow to D2. It will bring up a whole new format and history bar of these are just new games, they're fresh. We don't see anything we like here. We've got 2 reds in a row, now a blue, nothing going on there that we like. And these rounds do move pretty quickly, so you're not usually waiting too terribly long. On the live stream here, I might choose to enter a position a little bit earlier than I would just to keep things moving and at least be able to show you, putting my words into action. Now here we got a good situation. Well, blue just won, but there would have been a decent entry point with 5 consecutive non-blues. Had a red, 2 ties in a row, 2 more reds, and then blue finally took back the winner on the latest round. So you could enter after 5 consecutive rounds of a non-red or blue situation. I've been choosing to wait until 6 consecutive, sometimes 7, to be ultra conservative. Just having been some situations where I'm betting large amounts to capture back that initial $1 wager, which I do not like. So we'll keep scanning through. Here we go. Let's enter. I don't love it. I'd prefer there to be 6 in a row, but for stream's sake, we'll go ahead and fire away. We've got 5 blues in a row. This column ends with 3. The new column starts with the other 2. And we just wagered $1 on red. And we won. Do you see this? We win another $1. And I don't want to say we got lucky there, but I would have normally waited 1 more round to enter after the 6th consecutive non-blue or non-red round. I like to enter on the 7th or 8th round, simply because we have the option to, because there's more than 1 game available. Okay. So we're 3 for 3 in the sense that every opportunity that we've taken to check the history and implement our strategy has been successful so far. This is not rocket science. It comes down to discipline, and it comes down to bankroll management. You have to have the bankroll. If you don't have the bankroll, I would advise you to go to single crash. So let's jump out of this. I hope you've got a good idea as to what we were doing there, what we were trying to accomplish, what we did accomplish. We made about $5 off that very basic strategy. We had patience, we executed properly, and we stuck to our system. Okay. If you don't have a large bankroll, that's totally fine. What I would recommend that you do is go over to single crash. So let's say you deposited $50 and you sent over some Bitcoin or some Ethereum or USDT with the deposit bar right here. Okay. You ship over 25, 40, 50 bucks, $100, whatever. I would not recommend gambling the martingale system with $100 or $50. You will end up going broke. You just will. I can almost assure you of that. Okay. So what I would recommend to do if you have a smaller bankroll, relatively speaking, is come over to single crash. Same way applies here. You have single crash 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 games of single crash to choose from. I don't know the value yet in choosing different single crash games. I think it might be based upon the history to show when prior games have crashed. There might be some advantage there. I don't know just yet. I'm going to look into that. Okay. But here's what I would recommend doing. If I have a $25 or $50 bankroll, or even 100 or two. What I'm doing, what I have done when I first started out, is I would simply wager $1, and then I'd come over to the multiplier bar just to the right of it, which allows you to manually place the multiplier in which the system will automatically cash out for you. So I do a very low multiplier of 1.03, wagering $1 and cashing out at 1.03x. It's very low, but you can get a lot of rounds in over and over and over and over. Let's place our wager. Single crash is all about the multiplier. We win 3 cents. So we win 3% on a $1 wager. You can do that over and over and over. Now, there will be rounds that crash at 1x, at 1.01 or 1.02. There's going to be rounds that you lose. They are far and few between. That might be where, and look at that. So 1x did just hit. That's the unfortunate part about single crash. We'll jump back into sticking with our same betting format. We win another 3 cents. So we did have, I'm happy that happened. So you can see that event does happen. The system will crash at 1x, wiping out all bets from all participants. Okay. So that's a good, not lesson to learn, but at least you saw it in real time where it does happen, even though we're on a very low multiplier. Like, look where we're at now. We're at 5.896, 7x. And all we're trying to win is 1.03. So that last round went to 8x. So in theory, if we would have let that run to 8x, our $1 would have become $8, right? We're only trying to win 1.03. Very, very low multiplier. And we would have won that round. I didn't place the bet, but so we would have won that round, and we're clawing back any losses ever so slowly. But it's a good way to get in the flow of how to play. You can mess around with the multiplier. Let's go to 1.04 just to tweak it a little bit. We'll bet this round. And you just get an idea for the gameplay. And there we are. We win 4 cents on a $1 wager. So you really protect your bankroll by playing small multipliers on single crash, wagering $1. I think it's a great strategy or style of playing to protect yourself, and you can actually win very regularly, very consistently. If we wouldn't have had that 1x bust, which wiped out all of us, we're chugging along. You know, we're making 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents at a time, $1 or $2. And you can slowly increase. It's not a race, right? As we stated, it's a marathon. So 3 days after you invest a little bit of money on here, maybe you bump your wager up to $2 or $3, and you're still aiming for the 1.03 or 04 multiplier. But now let's go to $2. So now we're wagering $2 at 1.04x. Okay. You double your profits. Yes, you double your losses too. So there in and of itself is the gamble, right? But I hope you catch my drift here. This is a good round. We're at 13x, 14x, 15. You know, a $2 bet right now becomes $40 and more. Now we're at 50, 60. Just imagine, I don't have, just mathematically, my mind won't let me allow my even $1 to ramp up to this level, because I know statistically it's not a good bet. But that round went to 77x. So $2 in that example becomes 144. Okay, just like that in a matter of seconds. So That's the beauty of single crash. That's why people are very attracted to this format, because of the raw gamble, the thrill of $1, $5, $10 ramping up to many hundreds of multipliers or even thousands. I've seen 2000x before. C Labs, or somebody, I forget, I think it was C Labs, said he saw a 4000x. So in that example, a $1 wager right here, if you let it run that whole time, you cash out $4,000 on $1. Okay, so it's quite incredible. And we're back to a $1 bet, 1.04x. We win 4 cents. Might seem measly, but that's 4%. That's about what people are getting in the stock market in lots of cases. Okay, 6x, 7%, whatever. But that's a good return on your investment. Let's do a $10 bet. Hopefully we don't bust, but just watch. Okay. It's 40 cents. May not seem like a huge deal. We hit it. We win 40 cents. Okay. You do that over and over and over again, and you got something. Okay. So my point to all this is not only to show you how to play single crash, but I think it's a wise strategy if you have a smaller bankroll. If you wanted to throw 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks on here, whatever, that's what I would do. That's how I start, with a smaller bankroll. And it's very effective and a lot of entertainment. Okay. There's currently a promotion right now, a Savant promotion. If you're a new register or a first-time depositor, if you deposit $100, there are 4 spaces left, I believe. I think one person has already taken advantage of it. It's a new promotion. The first 5 people to deposit $100 and keep $100 in on the site until October 18th gets a $30 bonus. So your $100 investment becomes $130 for free. You get a $30 credit after October 18th. So if you haven't deposited or you haven't registered, register with the link I provided in the chat using promo code Savant. And if you have registered but you haven't made a deposit yet, if you deposit $100 USDT or more and you hold the money in your account until after October 18th, you get a free $30 USDT. So that's a 30% win right there. I think that's pretty substantial when we're talking gambling money. Okay. So keep that in mind. Zero pressure. The people who want to gamble on here are going to. I know how it goes. I don't need to pressure anybody. If you want to play, you'll play. If you don't, that's fine too. If you like just watching, I'm all for that. We're going to kind of keep it short and sweet today. I wanted to go through the aspects of multiple games. So even on single crash, you have the option of 4 different single crash layouts with all different histories and different multipliers that have from future play or from previous play. Okay. The future outcome is different on S4, S3, S2, S1. So they're all completely different. They're the same game. They're all separate though. I'm going to make that very clear. Dual crash, D1 through D4 all start with a $1 minimum wager. When you go to D5 through D8, it's a $5 minimum wager on your initial bet. D9 through D12, I believe, is a minimum of $50. So that's where the whales come in. The big gamblers, the big money guys or gals are playing D9 through D12. It's a lot of money. Okay. A lot of risk, but for some people, that's where they get their kicks, right? They get their juices flowing on that. Not for me. I like D1 through D4. I think most of us would like and prefer D1 through D4. So that's where we're going to stay. And as you've seen the strategy implemented, very basic, rather effective. I've fared quite well with it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So that's about it for today, everybody. If anybody has any questions in the chat, fire away. Otherwise, stay tuned for a really awesome live stream tomorrow with some other participants and some real action with Tyler Boone from boonrings.com. They produce lots of crypto merchandise. They finish everything by hand. They use top of the line materials using primarily titanium. There's some meteorite. There's some other aspects of the company that are very interesting. And we're going to have a great discussion with Tyler, who's running that segment of their company. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about life, and it's going to be great. So if you'd like to participate, I do have a Gambling Savant viewer who wants to jump on. I can send you the link tomorrow. It is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're welcome to jump on, voice your opinion on the current standing of poker or gambling or casino coin or crypto, whatever you want, or something interesting happen in your life. We're all for it, okay? So that's it for today, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. There's probably going to be some cash giveaways and some action like that coming up soon. We do have the latest promotion for Savant on Bitcarra. If you deposit $100, you will receive a $30 bonus after October 18th. And stay tuned, okay? Thank you for your participation today, and I wish you all a fantastic day.